I received so many questions from people about building their credit and how to build their credit to start a business, to purchase a property. I mean, you name it, you definitely, I know cash is king, but you definitely do need your credit to be up there to establish some type of foundation. So I just want to, even if you do have a significant amount of money and you don't necessarily rely on your credit score, I would, advise you just to, follow some of these tips just to ensure that everything is fine with your credit and nothing is on there that should not be on there. So the first tip is to go on annualcreditreport.com. It is free for, I think, pretty much all states. And what I suggest is that you go on Annual Credit Report, pull your report all at once. But why I say 3 times a year is because when you pull your credit 3 times a year, just say for instance you pull your credit in January, you pull it again in maybe May or June, and then you pull it again in October or November. So you're consistently looking at your credit report. And there are a lot of places that you can get your credit score for free, but Annual Credit Report, you get your credit report for free, not your credit score. It is something different. So when you get your annual report, you look at it, just make sure everything that is on there is supposed to be there. I know it's very easy to get, blindsided, and you think you know everything, and you think that everything is on there, like nothing will never happen. And I know that is something that anything that happens to us, but it's very important to check your credit report just to make sure that everything is on there, should be on there, and something that is not supposed to be on there is off of there. And after 7 years, mostly everything, and I know with some stuff like student loans, they're not coming off after 7 years, but mostly everything else should be off after 7 years. And you could do a Google search of just various things that do not go off of your credit report, but you definitely want to make sure that if you do have something that is over 7 years, that you do send a letter asking them to take it off. You send a letter to the credit reporting agencies, not the company. You send a letter to the credit reporting agencies to have it removed off of your credit report. And another tip, if you are using credit cards, you want to make sure that you're using under 30% of the total credit line, because a lot of times creditors want to see that you are able to balance having a credit card and having actual money. So they want to see that you are not enticed by, if you have a $20,000, $5,000 or $500 limit, that you're not going to spend everything that you have and live above your means. I mean, that's what they make money off, so I'm sure they could probably care less. Make sure that when do use your credit card, that is not over the 30%. So definitely have that in mind when you're using it, to keep it under 30%. I also have a suggestion: when you are applying for credit cards, make sure that the credit card, if it does have an annual fee, that the pros outweigh the cons. And what I mean by that is sometimes there are some really great perks with some credit cards, and they have maybe a $500, a $95, a $65 annual fee. You want to make sure that you are using all of the benefits of the credit card that is making it worth having an annual fee every year. So just think that, and take that into consideration. I know sometimes the sign-on bonuses just seem amazing, but make sure the pros outweigh the cons, because you don't want to be paying $45 or $400 a year and you're not even using a credit card. Also, when you're using or applying for credit cards, definitely look at the APR. And I know some people, they may feel that it doesn't matter because they don't intend on not paying their bill off every month. But just to be on the safe side, you want to make sure that you do have a low APR, just in the event that you do have to pay interest on a credit card, that you're not paying 24% on the amount of money that you just spent. And also have a goal in mind. Know why you want to build your credit. Is it to purchase a home? Is it just, as a status, you want to be where you say you have great credit? Or is it for employment? A lot of employers are looking at credit reports depending on the type of employment that you are applying for. And again, a lot of times, if you are going to a bank to apply for a loan for your business, you will need to have sufficient credit to be able to, a lot of people say, well, I have the money, but a lot of banks want you to have the credit score as well, and your credit score does affect what your rate will be, so definitely keep that in mind as well. And you also also can go, a lot of the tools that I use is Bank Rate, and I'll leave the link below. It tells you the best bank rates, and also you can do a Google search to see the best credit cards that are out. And also, to build your credit, you don't want to apply for a whole bunch of credit cards at the same time, because creditors do look out for that. They do see that you have applied for a credit card. So don't just apply for every credit card offer that comes your way. You know, you want to show some type of longevity, that you've been with a credit card company for a long time. I know some people say not to cancel a credit card, and some people say to cancel a credit card. I definitely suggest, if you do have some type of annual fee, that is something to consider. But I do tell people that it is up to you. It is your life. So I don't want to make that choice for you. A lot of times my clients, they do have questions in regards to building their credit, because they do want to apply for a loan through a bank. I'm just giving you the same advice that I would give them. I hope this information has been helpful, and they're just a few tips, but they are great tips to just follow by. And if you do follow by these tips, you will start to see a change in your credit report. I also want to mention to you that a lot of credit card companies will lower your APR if you have a good standing relationship with them and you contact them. It's not something that they advertise, but if you call them and you contact them and let them know that they have, a lot of times they will if you are in good standing. So again, I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you guys next time. If you have any video suggestions that you need help on, or if there's an area that you need assistance with, again, I only provide knowledge on areas that I have worked on in the past. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I look forward to seeing you next